Hi, how's it going? This is video number 1. Um, I'm going to start off with keyword research and rank tracker, and then on the following videos, Scrapebox, SEnuke Xcr, and then show you how to use them all together. So let's start off with showing you the basics. We got to start a new project. Put your domain in. Press next. Now it's going to ask you what search engines that you want to check. You can change this later at any time. Default is Google, Bing, Yahoo, and it'll be the google.com USA. And same with the other ones, they're USA, but you can change the country down here if you want to pick one locally. Right now I'm just going to leave it at the default. Pick a few words related to your website, close as you can, and we're going to use the suggest feature, which will pull in hundreds of more keywords. And one thing I wanted to show you, which I'm getting a lot of people asking me about, is how come it's not showing results? Why am I not seeing this? It's not showing me any ranks there. Well, the reason for that is because you have to go to API here, because you only get so many queries every day, and since you're on the server where there's other users, there's going to be a lot of them, so you have to go up here and put your API keys in, which isn't really hard to do. I got my Yahoo Boss key. Let's see, where do you go here? You just type in Google Yahoo Boss, and then find the link. It's the first one that pops up, and then just start a new project. Get your consumer key, and your consumer secret, and that's it. I'm not going to look for my Bing API key because I already have it. I got it for Scrapebox. It's in a notepad somewhere, but just Google that too. Put Bing API key and it'll be the first one. Just grab it. It's easy to set up, very easy. And that will eliminate you not ever seeing anything there. If it doesn't say, if it only says not in top 100, well, it's not in the top 100. Okay, so now what we want to do is select all the keywords. Oh, first I just wanted to show you something else. Google account settings. This is the second thing you need to do after the API. You need to put your Google account settings in here so that it can check in Google, in your analytics account and your AdWords account, if you use that to find keywords. And right off the bat it's already showing me my analytics profile, so I'm just going to put finish and then use Google Analytics login information for your AdWords account. Say yes, press OK. Now highlight all of your words and press suggest. I like using Word Tracker because it's quick, but you can use any one of these here, and AdWords, whatever, but I find if I use Word Tracker it pops up real fast. See? And then I just select all of them, press next. It's going to search for the ranks. Now the reason that you want your Google Analytics account information in there is because you want to find out how many clicks you're getting for each one of those keywords, and it'll show you like how many you're getting daily, which is really awesome. It's almost like an AdWords campaign. It shows you all the information you need, which is perfect because if you're doing not only SEO for yourself, but if you're doing SEO for clients, you can show them a report with exact information where all their traffic is coming from and which words they need to go for. Now it's just checking the number of searches for those words in AdWords, so I'm just going to pause it here for a sec. Okay, so it's done. Press finish. And some of your words that you found might have rank, might not. If it's a new site, probably not. You can go into keyword research view here, and that's when it will show you how many visits that you've gotten for those words. And you'll check that by going update visits and bounce rates for all keywords, and it will go into your Google Analytics account and check. You won't have to do that for a few days, obviously, after you got your site up, but if your site's been around for a while, I check it every day just to see. And okay, so usually this is a small list, so let's select all, and we want more. Let's get more words. Don't know if I said it yet, but Rank Tracker has an anti-captcha key. It's a little bit more than decapture.com, but it's totally worth it if you don't want to sit there and type in all of those captcha entries. So just look up anti-captcha in Google and you can find it. Sorry, no keywords. Well, that's kind of hard to believe. Let's try it again. I'm just going to pause it. Okay, so what I've done is did the suggest feature 2 or 3 times, and since it takes quite a while to search for it, I just paused it. Let's go into keyword research view. As you can see here, it shows you the number of searches for each of those keywords. It tells you the expected visits, and if you want to see what your actual visits are for each of those keywords to your website, you just go up to here where it says visits and update visits and bounce rates for all keywords. I'm not going to do it anymore for this video, but if I was doing it for my site, I would get up to 500 keywords just to start. So then you would just run the suggest feature over and over again. So what I like to do is, after I've done all that and got about 500 keywords, I'll click on the report button and it'll actually tell you the most efficient keywords. Let me see. And those are the ones that I'll put into SEnuke. Okay, let's go down here. The top 10 most efficient keywords. And once you run all your checks, your KEI check, which I didn't do, it'll give you an accurate report on which of the keywords are the best ones to go for. Now that top 10 list, usually once I go for that, I'll start seeing some really good traffic after a couple days. And every time that you check it, it'll tell you which ones have moved up and how many have moved down, which ones are in the top 10, which ones are #1 position, and it's pretty accurate. So as of the information as of what information that Rank Tracker has right now, these are the top 10 most efficient keywords that it's going to tell me. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that it's feasible, like it's actually good to go for. It's not outrageous. Like, I mean, servers, if you're going to start SEnuking that, it's going to probably take you about 6 or 7 months to get on the first page maybe, and even that's not guaranteed because it's a very competitive word. There's millions of companies out there that are probably going for that, so I'm not going to go for servers. I'm already #1 for SEnuke, Scrapebox, so I'm not going to really go for those, but those would be something that I would put in if it was a new site for sure. Now, if you already are #1 for keywords, you got to remember also that the other rankings that are around you, they're still building links and they want that #1 spot. So every now and then I'll still run campaigns on those ones that I'm #1 for, because they'll outrank you eventually, and who knows, it could be tomorrow. So you just got to keep an eye on it. And sometimes manually I'll just go check when I'm doing my keyword research, or if I'm setting up SEnuke campaigns, I'll just go take a look and make sure. And you can use tools such as, there's 4 tools part of this SEO suite that's included with Rank Tracker. You can use the SEO Spyglass, Links Assistant, and any of those tools will actually go and show you your competitors' ranks and see how far behind they are. And you'll get really good at knowing what links actually rank you and what other links are going to overpower other links of yours. If you want to get real technical, you can get really advanced into that. But for the most part, I just use Rank Tracker, and it's good enough for me because I do so many campaigns. I don't really have time to go and see and analyze all the competitors, but a lot of people do, and they like to do it. So if you want, take a look at the other tools that are part of the suite. So for this video, I'm going to throw in, I like cheap VPS. That's a really good word, and I haven't really gone for it yet. So let's get SEnuke going up here. Now, your campaign names can never be the same. For example, if I call this campaign 1, my next campaign can't be called that. It won't let you do it. So what I like to do is just label. So I'll do campaign 1, and then on the next one that I do, a little box will form here and say, do you want to make this a subcategory of your campaign 1? And then I'll say yes, and then I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But everybody else has a different way of doing it, so let's just carry on. Now let's take a look and see which other ones are good here. And now that SEnuke lets you put as many keywords in as you want, it's nice because you don't have to just put 3 in. Kind of lets you spread it out a little bit more. And if you're like me and set up like 10 or 20 SEnuke campaigns every single day, before I had to kind of group it into like 3 campaigns for those 3 keywords or 5 campaigns for those 3 keywords sort of thing. But now you can just put your whole list on for that site and then just make all 20 campaigns is what I do. Dedicated hosting isn't really related, so you just want to make sure they're related to your site. I'm just going to stick with these 3 for now. I'm just kind of showing you the basics here on this video. So pick 3 of your most related keywords out of the most efficient list. Make sure you follow the steps. Check your all your visits, or your searches, I mean, and do your KEI, and make sure you run that suggest tool. Get a bunch of them, at least 50. I usually run it up to 500, like I said. So let's carry on with our campaign here. For this, what you want to do is pick how many links that you want in each one of your sites, like the Web 2.0 sites, articles. If you know that you're going to do a campaign that has a lot of article sites, later when you actually go into the modules, and I'll show you that in a minute, you want to make sure this is 2. But for the most part, I usually put this way up, because I've tested with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 10, and I've noticed a huge spike in traffic when I put lots. And now I've seen a lot of people disagree with that on different videos, but the results are all that matters, right? So I'm going to leave that at 10, and I'll show you. I just want to find another tool here. Okay, this tool here is on all the servers, of course, and all you do is just put your keywords in. Press next, generate title, copy it, and then just paste it here. So it automatically spins your keywords into the title and then makes a bunch of different titles, which is really cool. It saves a lot of time, and they make sense. So there's nothing wrong with using this tool. Internet oriented, we'll call it cheap VPS. Go up here to the SEnuke bio about spinner and just generate and paste. Now, I've made my own diagrams. You can use the ones that are in there. I've put 26 additional ones on all of the desktops that I've found on Fiverr, or people have made and left and allowed me to put it into the list to use. But the one I use the most is the pyramid. I just took one that someone made that was getting me some good results, and just made sure that each one of them were being pinged. That's one thing that I noticed that aren't on a lot of the diagrams, is the pinger, which I think is the most important one out of them all, because these further down the pyramid here, at like forum profiles for example, they all point to the social network, but I don't think that a lot of these get indexed. And the indexer for SEnuke, in my opinion, isn't very good. I even bought the very high one. I can't remember how many they supposedly index every day, but it just wasn't working out. You can get third-party applications that will index your site, and it'll do better than that indexer. So what I started doing was trying just pinging those ones that are at the bottom of your diagram, and it was working. So try that on your diagrams and just start pinging all of them. Not all your URLs are going to get indexed, but most of them will. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now for emails, now I know I've said this in past videos, but all I do is I go to Fiverr and I buy them by the hundreds. It saves me a ton of time. So you just copy your email, grab your password. My list kind of got a little bit messed up because I re-imaged my home PC, and when I reopened it, they were all in a weird order, so I just kind of gotta look at it, and all the emails are in alphabetical order, so I can just look for the next L, and I know the password ends. Just make sure you put pop3.live.com for your incoming server. Press test. Successfully logged in. Grab your next email. And then password. And where's the next? There it is. And another thing is just make sure that you delete the email you used on your list, because you'll find that you'll start using it again later, and you don't want to do that. So those 3 I just used, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Okay, now of course you can just press generate content, and if you're gonna do that, make sure you do it this way. Just 2 articles, that's it. Don't spin it. And preview sample. A couple of great tips on cheap VPS you're able to use making the most of cheap VPS hosting. Now, this is as good as you're going to get as far as scraping. Okay, so don't mix more than 2, and don't spin it, because it's going to look like crap and it's not going to make sense. At least if you just mix 2, now the article's semi-genuine. I've been getting good results with that, but you'll get even better results if you take Get Article Pro, which I also put. I don't know if I made it work on this computer yet. But let's make it work. Alright. Now this is also on the servers. Alright, so what we want to do is put our keywords in here. I can't remember which keywords we had. Something like that. So all you got to do is just hit start. I don't know if I'll have to use proxies or not. I haven't used it on this one yet, so probably not. And then it'll start grabbing the articles and putting them into separate folders for each keyword in your designated folder here. And the reason I do that is because on SEnuke, think about how many people are just hitting generate content. Like hundreds, thousands maybe. Now the amount of people that are actually going for your keyword there might not be as high as per how many people are actually using the scrape content, but do you want to take that risk? Because who knows? Who knows how many people are using SEnuke and taking those cheap VS articles that probably pop up the same every single time. So just go and use Get Article Pro, because look how many different directories there are. There's a bunch of them. The odds of anybody using those is, the chance of it's done is high, so you're going to get better results. I don't believe in the duplicate content theory. I do believe that if Google sees it too many times, that it'll rate each time it's been seen. I've noticed that if an article's been used, let's say like 2,000 times, and you can check that. What's the name of that site called? Copyscape, I think it's called. I checked a bunch of them to see on different sites how many times that article was used, and it seems the more that it's used, the less value it's going to be. I did all the math for it. I checked it before, but Google's algorithm changes all the time, so you never really know. But all you need to know is that they do not penalize you as much as you think. You can still use scrape content. You still get good results with SEnuke with scrape content, but we're just going to try and narrow it down and try and get an article or two that isn't being used as much. So let's find out where we put it. See. So it put it into 2 files so far that it's scraped articles for. So let's go into the cheap VPS one. And there's a bunch of articles so far. We want to find one that's related to our site. And if you can keep the keyword in the title, it'll most likely be spread out through the article. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab this one. You can put your links at the bottom, or you can manually go through and replace. If you go like this, then it will be replaced by how many that you say, how many links you want there. For example, just from putting that there, the links, it put all my keywords here. So all I do is just put them at the bottom, and it works fine. And you're not trying to actually get the traffic from the Web 2.0 sites. Yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be some people that do come from them, but generally we're just building our links on those sites to get our site higher in the search engines. There are obviously people that browse the Web 2.0 sites and will see it and click it, but we're just trying to get our links. And I'm sure that you've heard it before, but each link is a vote. And I know that with all the new changes with Google, they're trying to see like how people are using your site now and rate it that way. So there's different factors that are coming into play all the time, but you still need to get people to your site. You still need to get links, and overall, your SEnuke is going to build your page rank because people will get to your site, right? You don't care about the Web 2.0 site and what they're doing on there. You just want to get your links to your site. Okay, so let's find another article. And for the bookmark feature, what? I pressed the wrong one. You want to go back to your SEnuke thing, bio about spinner, press on the bookmark description, click generate description and copy. So this little tool here is pretty handy. It does all your titles and your bookmarks, the about me and the bio. It's pretty handy. And for the article, we're going to put the number of links all the way down to 2, because they are not going to approve your article if there's any more than 2. And let's go find another. For this one, you want it to be a longer article, or else it's not gonna. It won't. It's got to be more than 500 words, or less than, I think. I'm not sure. It's at least 550 words, so it has to be longer. Nope, it's not long enough. Small articles do well for some things. I noticed when I was doing CPA marketing, if you had a nice short article, it would convert better for some reason. Okay, that one was higher than 550. I always put the threads as high as it can go, especially if you're on the servers. You can put the threads as high as you want for SEnuke. Make sure auto login's checked and enable automatic CAPTCHA solving. Put your details here. And I know it said error. I'm not actually going to start this campaign. I just wanted to show you it. Now for the money of days, or the amount of days, the longer the better. If you're going to do a whole bunch of campaigns, like for example, if you're setting up 10 or 20 of them a day like I am, you can put this all the way up to 20. Because I'm going for the long haul for most of my keywords, which means I'm going for really hard keywords that it's going to take a long time to rank for. So I find if you spread that over time, and now with the new feature of SEnuke that you can add your whole list here, you can actually spread this over a long period of time and then spread out. Since you can put that big list there, you can just copy that same list over all 20 of those campaigns and set it for 20 days. I find it works better that way. But before, in my earlier videos, you could only put 3 here, so I had to group them into different categories and do. I was telling everybody to do 5 campaigns for each 3 keywords to get results, and it did work really good. But now that you can put this whole list here, you can make as many campaigns as you want. But just make a like kind of like a template for yourself to do. That's what I'm trying to explain. Let's say you put 20 keywords here, then you might want to make that more campaigns, because 20 keywords isn't going to get spread out as much as if you did like 1 keyword over 10 campaigns or whatever, right? So just make sure that you put your list there and spread it over as many days as you can. It really does work better. I've tried it. I've tried it with 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. But now that that list is there, and you can put as many as you want there, spread it over more time. It just works better. Try it. And then you just press confirm. And that's it. You got your campaign. You'll start getting good at it, and you'll be able to throw up a whole huge list of them every single day. And I think that's it for this video. I'm going to go into Scrapebox on the next video, and then I'll jump into Xrummer. Thank you very much for watching.